Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on how to create a LUN on a NetApp storage system and attach it as a drive on a Windows Server 2012. To demonstrate this, I am using a virtualized network with a NetApp Data on Tap simulator, a Windows Server 2012 and the NetApp On Command System Manager installed on a Windows 8.1 client. These are all running on VMware ESXi 5.5. There are 4 simple steps, which are to license and start the iSCSI service, secondly to configure iSCSI on the Windows Server 2012, then create a LUN on the NetApp storage system, and finally access that LUN from the Windows Server. iSCSI, which runs on top of the Transmission Control Protocol, encapsulates SCSI commands so that block-level data can be sent between an iSCSI initiator, that's the server, and an iSCSI target, the storage system. And in this tutorial, this is the NetApp Data on Tap simulator. Right, let's get on to some of the more fun stuff now. This is the NetApp On Command System Manager. As you can see under Protocols, iSCSI has not been enabled as yet. To enable iSCSI, expand Configuration and then System Tools and click on Licenses. Click on the Add icon. Now I have saved the license key to a text file in Notepad, so I'm just going to open the file, copy the license number and paste it in the Add License Packages dialog box, and then finally click on Add. The iSCSI license has been successfully added and enabled. Under Protocols, you can see the iSCSI service is running, and this can be stopped and started from here. And that's it, iSCSI licensing completed. Step 2 is to configure iSCSI on the server, which I have open. To start the iSCSI Initiator service, click on Tools and Services, then search for Microsoft Initiator Services. Right-click on it and select Properties. Ensure the startup type is automatic, then start the service, and when that's done, we're going to apply it and click OK and check that it is indeed running. Also under Tools is the iSCSI Initiator. Select this. Now I'm just going to move the Properties box to the center and click on Configuration tab. This is where the initiator name is found, which is needed when creating the LUN. So I save it to a text file on the server's C drive to access from my Windows client. Now open the Discovery tab and click on Discover Portal. Type in the IP address or DNS name of the NetApp storage system, leaving the port as default. Under Advanced, click Microsoft iSCSI Initiator and the IP of the initiator and OK out of there, and we now have Target Portal. If you go to Targets and Properties, you will note that there are no connections as yet, so back to Connect, select the Add the connection to the list of favorite targets to ensure the connection every time the computer restarts. Select the local adapter, Microsoft iSCSI Initiator, the initiator IP and the target portal IP address. These are from the drop-down boxes. Click OK and OK again, and you'll see that the status is now connected. And if we go to our Properties box, I'll get there in a moment, we'll see that we have a connection. Now that iSCSI connectivity and a session have been established between the initiator and target, we can create a LUN on the NetApp storage system. Back to the Windows 8.1 client and the NetApp On Command System Manager. Under Storage and LUNs, click on the Create icon and the LUN wizard is displayed. Click Next. Enter the name and description. Mine is just LUN 3 and Demo. Ensure that Windows 2008 or later type is selected and enter the size. I've just selected 100 megabytes for my virtual server for demo purposes. I'm also going to select thin provision. in order to allocate space on the LUN on an as-needed basis. Click Next. In the LUN container box, select the Create a New Flexible Volume option, or an existing volume or queue tree. The aggregate with the most available space is automatically selected, but you can select the required aggregate. Click Next. Now I have already created an initiator group which is required to map the LUN to the initiator host, the server, but I'll take you through the steps. Select Add Initiator Group, and in the General tab, the IQN of the initiator is needed. Remember, this was saved in a text file on the server C drive. Open the run command and type // server IP address /C$. Open the file and copy the IQN name. Paste this in the name box. Also ensure that the Windows operating system is selected and iSCSI type. Click the Initiator tab and click Add. Again, paste the IQN and click OK. Now select the initiator group name, review. It's now creating the LUN, and once you're happy, click Finish and you will see the LUN has been created. The final step is to access and map the LUN in the server through disk management. I find the quickest way is to right-click on the Windows button in the bottom left and select Disk Management. You can rescan if the disk is not visible, and if it's still not visible, check your IQN names match. To bring the disk online, right-click and select Online, and then initialize the disk. Ensure that the master boot record is selected along with the disks that you want to initialize, and then click on OK. To provision the disk, select the unallocated section and New Simple Volume in this case, and in the wizard click Next. Specify the volume size and make sure it's the maximum amount. Next we're going to assign a drive letter, one of the free ones. In this case I'm just going to stay with G, and click on Next. In the format partition, ensure that the format the volume is selected with the file system NTFS and perform a quick scan. Once finished, the new volume will appear. Now follow the prompts to format the drive. Once the disk has been formatted, to check, open Windows Explorer and navigate to the drive letter you created. Then write a test file. And that brings me to the end of the tutorial on creating a LUN on a NetApp storage system and configuring iSCSI on a Windows Server 2012. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and thanks very much for watching.